Hey everyone, Glenn Sanford here, and thank you so much for taking time out of your day to uh, walk with me through the eXp Explained International version. Um, as I mentioned, my name is Glenn Sanford. I'm the founder of eXp Realty, and today we're going to walk through a few slides, look at really the history of eXp, and really the big thing that you should get out of this presentation is that we are really building the most agent-centric real estate brokerage on the planet. We have over 87,000 agents now in operating in 24 countries, and we're a super engaged community. We're growing quickly around the world. In fact, with some recent changes, I've got the opportunity to actually roll my sleeves up with our international team and help lead them to helping us grow and create this super agent-centric culture all around the world. And it really just represents, building a business that at the end of the day, it really provides you more than just the benefits of your real estate sales, but actually helps you build long-term legacy into your business. I mentioned 24 countries, and we're really known for uh, this empowering agents. You'll see obviously a few of the various different places that we've grown and when we open, but we're getting ready to open up some more countries as well. So excited about how that kind of comes together and being on this journey. But why are we growing? We obviously have a global presence. One of the big benefits is this really powerful worldwide referral network. We operate as one company, which again is pretty amazing. And then we collaborate in unique and interesting ways that really gives us advantages in learning, in building new things, and making a difference, not just in our communities, but obviously to others in the real estate industry as well. Uh, I started the company, but I'll give you a little history on this while we're on the slide here. I started selling real estate 22 years ago as a single agent on a real estate team up in Bellingham, Washington, in the United States of America. And I started with a technology bent. I'd worked for America Online, the online service in the 90s. I managed some of their financial chat rooms and bulletin boards. I built one of the largest online services in Western Canada in the mid 90s. And then I got my butt kicked there and ended up starting a web design firm, and then eventually started a e-commerce logistics company, which created during the dot-com collapse. And in 2000, late 2001, we closed the doors, came back home to the Pacific Northwest, north of Seattle, and I was trying to figure out what I was going to do next. And I had some websites that I built for some local chamber of commerces, and I started to sell some ads on those websites to local businesses, one of whom was a realtor. And from that, he and I'll really put the credit on him. He decided that I needed to get in real estate. There's a whole story behind that. I won't go into it today, but I kind of got in this business kicking and screaming. But I said, if I'm going to come into this business, I'm going to bring the skills that I have built up over a number of years of internet marketing and online lead gen and online business building, and I'm going to bring it to my practice of real estate. And through a number of discussions, we agreed that that would work. So I joined his team, actually running this first internet-based team on his team in 2002. In 2002, I ended up being Rookie of the Year. I sold 17 properties just to clients I met online. And when 2003 came around, I was the number 3 agent in the office and the number 1 buyer agent across all the agents in the office. We had a pretty good size office. And at the end of that, in 2020, or in 2004, I moved my business to Keller Williams. Some of you have heard of Keller Williams. They're certainly a worldwide phenomenon in and of themselves. But I moved my business there because they had this thing called profit share, and I could see how that could benefit me as an internet lead real estate professional, growing real estate teams, not just in my local market, but around a large part of the United States. So I moved my business to Keller Williams in 2004. The end of that year, I was the #1 producing team at that office. And by the time I left in 2007, for 2006, I was in the top 50 in the world for Keller Williams. And so one of the things that was a challenge, though, was the profit share was not as profitable as the brochure had suggested. And so as a result, I started to look for how could I build a different model. In fact, I had a conversation with a couple of the gentlemen that was in my office at the time, and I said, if we ever build a business, we're going to do revenue share, not profit share. And philosophically, and I'll show you our revenue share program in a minute, I figured that a real estate brokerage with a decent management team could take the revenues off the top, pay it out to the agents who help the brokerage grow, and still figure out how to run the company profitably enough to grow over the long haul. So that was really the idea. Another thing that eluded me at that point in time was equity ownership. I wanted to be an equity shareholder in the offices that I'd been affiliated with at basically Berkshire Hathaway. It was back then called Prudential, and then Keller Williams, the office that I was in. And neither one of them, even though I represented a large percentage of that brokerage's production, I was not offered equity. And so I just put that in the back of my mind. Again, if I ever did this myself, these are the things that I would do in the business. And it wasn't until 2008, and I'd been running an independent real estate brokerage from 2007 through 2009. But in 2008, the housing downturn took place. I had 4 physical bricks and mortar based offices. I was running a team-based brokerage. In the United States, we call those teamerages. In a lot of parts around the world, they're just simply real estate offices. They're small teams run by team leaders, and I was running this teamerage with basically my own lead generation system, holding my agents accountable to closing those leads, and then aggregating the commissions that came from that, which to run the brokerage. So in 2009, after the downturn in real estate, I had to close all of my offices down. I literally closed down all but one. We kept a skeleton crew at that office, and we started in 2009 to figure out what we were going to do in the real estate industry. And the one thing that I was committed to was building a defensible business model in real estate that wasn't dependent on bricks and mortar. And back then, I've got my phone here. Back then, high-speed internet was finally ubiquitous and everywhere. Most homes in the United States, at least, had cable internet. There's different parts of the world where high-speed internet wasn't as common, but in the U.S. it was pretty common. We said, hey, if the internet is all over and it's fast and it's just going to get faster, and agents are no longer going to need to go to an office, and consumers are going to use online tools as they do to find properties and by extension their agent, then why do we need a physical office? And so we decided to launch a new model on October 6, 2009 called eXp Realty. And so that was kind of the history leading up to it. And the whole idea was I wanted to build a real estate brokerage that I would work for the rest of my life had it existed. Had eXp existed back then, I would be an agent there. There's a lot of work in building a brokerage. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things that I've enjoyed about it. But the freedom and flexibility that our top producing agents and brokers have on the eXp platform is literally priceless. And so I'll talk a little bit about that. One of the big things is really how do you build a sustainable career in the real estate industry? In Australia, the agents are notorious for having large rent rolls. Basically, they're in the property management business as a way to retire, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how they do it. In other parts of the world, agents are part-time in real estate, but full-time in other businesses, and they're occasionally selling properties. In the UK, agents are employed at the lowest possible salary that they can possibly be employed with, and they get a small token override when they sell real estate. And in other markets, agents are in 50-50 splits with their brokerage, and they're out there doing all the work, and the brokerage is getting half of the benefit. And inside of this is also a challenge that those systems don't fundamentally create any sort of long-term benefit for the real estate agent themselves unless they think outside the box. And so when we launched eXp, we said, how do we build a brokerage that as they help the brokerage scale, they can actually get meaningful benefits for helping the company grow, some of which will actually outlast their actual career of listing and selling real estate. We have this phrase, which is where the pros go to grow. In the US, we have a disproportionate share of the highest producers in residential real estate at eXp across any brand in real estate. It's pretty incredible when you start to look at, the number of agents that have a disproportionate share of inbounds. And that's because we actually attract the best and the brightest. Now, some of you are in countries where we're not very big yet. But you're a strong agent, you've got good influence, you know that you could work anywhere, and you're looking to be involved with the next generation of real estate brokers. Well, let me submit that eXp might just be that company. We grew, we're the fastest of any real estate brokerage in the world. We're one brokerage in all 24 countries. We're not talking about a bunch of little franchise satellite offices with a bunch of different broker owners in each market. We're talking about one company operating together and collaboratively to support you as an agent, fundamentally to build the business of your dreams. And that's really what our commitment is to agent success. Now here, I'm listing the compensation and incentives to cover all international markets. And what that means is that what you see here on the screen is the least amount of commission that you'll actually receive on a transaction, depending on where you're at. And the reason that's 70%, and in the United States and Canada it's 80%, is in every market we have a certain amount of additional cost to support the brokers by providing CRMs, exposure to portals, other technology, some marketing, branding, coaching, training, and then all of the other tools and support that's in the background. In addition to that, we have our innovative revenue share and equity program, and that helps you build a long-term retirement in real estate. And between those two, then we retain to actually run the brokerage, generally about 10%. It nets out to about 6 or 7% before we actually then take our expenses off of that. And we're an open book company. We trade publicly on NASDAQ under the symbol EXPI. So you can go and look at our financials. We run a very thin margin business, and we're passing back like 97% of the benefits, net benefits to you as an agent through the systems, through the processes, through the tools, the technologies, and the compensation. And then we retain a small amount, and we run on that very thin margin at the end of the day. So it's incredible when you start to actually look at the benefits and what you get, and ultimately what that goes to. The other thing is that we also have after cap, it's really 90% plus. And if you do any sort of agent attraction in the eXp system, it's easy to be at 100% plus after cap. And if you attract a larger number of agents, you're actually earning over 100% effectively on every real estate transaction that you do with the eXp. It's incredible. I'll show you a little bit of the numbers, but it's one of the reasons, if not the primary reason, we have grown as fast as we've grown. And at the end of the day, you'll want to get into the numbers a bit, but look at the whole package, all the benefits, and how they align to help you create an amazing business. I mentioned we provide a lot of technology and a lot of tools. We got CRMs, portals, marketing platforms, and then we're also pioneering what I call the debit and credit system, which is basically the ability to, in certain circumstances, use our money in advance to support you and your marketing efforts, and then we would take that some of those expenses out of future closings. So we want to really partner with you to build the business that you want to build. So excited! It's actually something we're just developing, but it will get more defined here in the coming months. as we continue to roll it out into different markets. Cloud-based freedom. One of my favorite 4A's is the 4A's of businesses. I want to be able to work with anyone at any time from anywhere on anything. Now, I know that some of you are speaking other languages, so hopefully this will translate well when you actually watch the presentation in your language. But those 4A's really represent personal freedom in growing your business from anywhere. And so you've got low to no overhead costs. There's no desk fees. We have a monthly technology fee that covers a stack of technology, base level technology to be at eXp. We've got our cloud-based campus, which, by the way, when you're with eXp, and even when you're not with eXp, you can actually come into our international office, our country-based offices. You can meet with brokers, other agents, and staff, have conversations, and learn in real time from some of the best in the industry in this virtual immersive setting. We're also providing full servers for each country, so you can actually log into a Discord server for the country that you're in and be collaborative with other agents in your market. And then there's other places that you can connect as well. We've got a couple big conferences that go on around the world, actually probably about 3 or 4 this next year. And I would encourage you to attend as many of these as you can, because what I've found in my personal career is the more events that I attend with really strong agents or business people in general, the more my business is affected in a very positive way. And that investment in yourself will pay dividends over your lifetime. So definitely do that. This is just a quick slide. There's a video behind it, but I just want to tell you, we've got some proprietary technology that nobody else in the world has, including a platform called homehunter.global. And it's really a way to help your consumer deal with all of the real estate websites that they have to search to find properties in your local market. And so in the United States and Canada, we have what's referred to as an MLS. And basically what that means is that every listing from every brokerage and every agent is generally shared through the same sharing platform called the MLS. And any agent can actually use that as a database or a marketing tool to generate inbound buyers, and also demonstrate to sellers the type of marketing efforts that they provide through doing great marketing through the MLS that then gets extended through the entire agent network in their marketplace. Outside of North America, this is non-existent. And what that does is it creates a challenge for consumers, because they have to surf 2, 3, 4, 5 websites to ultimately find properties that are available to purchase in their market. Some of them are for sale by owner websites. Some are the primary portals that are super expensive. And then you've got second and third level portals that are less expensive. And then there's even free places that they may need to go and look. And this tool, the homehunter.global tool, which is exclusive to eXp, will allow your customer, your consumer, to actually keep you in front and center with them, and it gives you a way to advertise your listings even when they go and look at other portals. So it's a really cool technology. We licensed it throughout the world exclusively, and so you'll want to check it out. Training and development. We have some of the best trainers in the industry. Now, some of you, if you've been in the business for a while, you may remember people like Tom Hopkins. We bought his worldwide perpetual rights to all of his real estate sales training. Now, we've updated it, we've brought it all up to date, and so inside of eXp, you can actually take advantage of his and so much current, what is working right now, techniques, whether it be scripts, dialogues, marketing, social media, AI, what have you. There's a ton of amazing things that you can learn in eXp. We've got specialized learning paths. We've got a chief learning and development officer that's building amazing learning paths. We've got coaching and mentorship. We've got, and really, we're all about helping you level up your business. Obviously, we've got compliance and local expertise. So this is not a company where your broker is sitting in another country trying to figure out how to help you do business in your country or your locale. Our teams are in market with you. They're actually selected and then also continually vetted by our own agent base, by our local agent advisory councils. And these are the people that are in market supporting you and helping you stay out of harm's way and get deals closed. And so it's really powerful what we have. You'll see just a little picture here, but one of the platforms that we have is a platform called eXp World. And literally what it is, it's a metaverse that actually works. I've been doing metaverse technology since 2009 in the real estate industry. I'm the single largest user of a metaverse for the enterprise. And what that means is we've built a digital city where you can go to all kinds of different places to learn things. We have just a recently launched innovation hub where you can come into, and we've got experts that will teach you how to use the latest in AI to create things beyond just having it create emails or marketing campaigns. It will actually help automate your entire business workflow. And we've got a team that will actually teach you inside of eXp World how to do that. It's incredible. I'd love to show you. We actually have our innovation hub actually running inside of, and this is how important it was for the international team. I have this running inside of our international office in eXp World. So when you come into the international office, you can actually then go off and learn the latest in AI. So incredible stuff. Collaboration tools. Now, if you're young and you know where people actually organize, it's around platforms like Discord. It's not Facebook. It's not Slack. It's not some of these other tools that have been around for years. Discord, that came out of the gaming community initially, is now the true collaboration tool for the future enterprise. It's got so many different things that will make your life amazing. We've got channels, we've got different places where we're actually able to collaborate, share our screens. Instead of gaming, maybe we've set up work rooms where we're actually working on our CRMs, making calls, doing the things that we do in real estate, but we can actually build these things inside of channels, inside of Discord. It's pretty incredible. You have to see it to believe it. But Discord is a major tool in how we collaborate. We've got lots and lots of different servers that you'll be able to jump into over time as we build them out. So we've got an eXp Flow server to basically teach. It's more staff side around how to actually build collaborative teams. But if you're building a team, it might be a place where you want to stop and learn. We've got the eXp Innovation Hub. It's also on a Discord server where you can learn the latest in AI and innovation. We've got our international server. And of course, on top of that, we've got our country-based servers. And there are many more coming online to support you and your business. It's an incredible tool. You get to walk around with effectively the most powerful office in your pocket, on your phone, available at any time to be in the business with you. So some people say, hey, I really need an office. I don't like this cloud thing. This cloud thing doesn't make sense. We are the first and only worldwide, actually even national in the US and Canada, but worldwide real estate brokers to partner with Regus. Every one of our agents actually gets a Regus card. You have to fill out a little form for it. You get into the system. And as soon as you're in the system, you can use any of the open areas in Regus at no cost to you. So you can go in, use the Wi-Fi, have some basic one-off meetings. But if you need a private conference room or boardroom or office, even if it's just for an hour, you actually get it at cheaper than what the public would pay to actually use those same spaces. So we've partnered with Regus. It's an incredible partnership. You, instead of not having one office, you have access to 6,000 offices around the world. And if you don't know how powerful it is, type in the word Regis and the cities that are close to you, and you'll be blown away at how many offices we have available to you with our partnership with Regis. It's pretty incredible. Ownership and growth. Okay, so we talked a little bit about revenue share and equity, but we started out fundamentally as being an agent-owned business. I'm super proud of this. I never took money from Wall Street or from private institutions or family offices. I built this by its bootstraps, but I built it with one thing in mind. I wanted the agents to be shareholders, shoulder to shoulder with me as the founder of the company. And so in 2013, 2014, we finally put all the pieces in place to make that a reality. And that's when we became a public company by not getting purchased by a public company, but by us buying a public company and merging ourselves into it and then distributing shares. So that was 2014. Stock was trading at a nickel, 5 cents. It's now at $12, $13 a share today, and we're super excited of where it's going to be going in the future. We think that there's a lot of upside, but it is a stock, and so don't take that as anything more than just my belief that we're growing an amazing business. And if we deliver on building an amazing business, in all likelihood, the value of the equity should grow over time. And our agents are really our partners. They're not just they're stakeholders. They actually help in so many different ways, and that comes from being an owner. When you're an owner, you show up to the business that you're involved with in an entirely different way than when you're just an employee. We all know that if you own it, you take responsibility for it. And at eXp, our agents do take responsibility, and that shows in how we show up every day. We have a luxury division. We've got other specialized divisions. The eXp luxury brand is actually now starting to grow internationally. So we've got a lot of stuff going on there. Lots of support services, transaction, marketing support. The AIs right now that we're building for our agents are insane. Literally, you're going to have tools that you could only imagine having in your business with human beings that you pay a lot for, and you're literally going to be able to get that with a few uploads and a few keystrokes, and you're going to be able to get that type of support right inside of eXp, totally compliant, totally supportive for your business wherever you're at in the world. So pretty incredible stuff. eXpCon Miami, that's our big event every year. This year it's in Miami, Florida. I'm not sure when you'll watch this video, but I think the next 2 years we're in Miami, and then I don't know where we're going after that. We also have different eXp cons around the world. So we just did one in Lisbon, Portugal. I believe we're going to be working on doing one in South Africa. I believe we're going to also be working on doing one maybe in a couple of years in Australia. But we're going to have an eXp con going around the world. And then we also have eXp con Canada. So lots of different eXp cons that you can take advantage of. I mentioned the equity opportunities, but also our revenue share model. Together, really the whole idea is that this is a path to potential financial freedom. I say potential because, at the end of the day, it's really up to your efforts whether this works or not. But if it comes together and you put in the right types of efforts, this can be an incredibly rewarding opportunity. We just rolled out, pretty exciting. I think it was in June, we rolled out the Revenue Share 2.0 program. And what that means is for 14 plus years, we had a single program. We had done Revenue Share 1.0 that started in 2009. In 2019, we did what I'll refer to as Revenue Share 1.5. And this year, we launched Revenue Share 2.0. And when you dig into it, basically what it means is that it creates a really amazing path for a average agent to earn income on multiple levels of agents as they continue to build, to encourage them to build large organizations inside of eXp. And so when you start to actually play with the numbers, you're going to earn income when you attract agents on your first 3 levels of agents. So if I attract you, you attract another person, you attract another person, and then you attract another person. Those next 3 people below you, you'll earn income when they close real estate transactions. So it's a pretty incredible model. It's very straightforward. And then based on monies that aren't paid out from our revenue share system, we reserve 10% of the company dollar up until the agent caps. And I didn't go over what cap is, but basically once you've paid the company a certain amount in your country, you go from that 70% plus down to 90% plus. And in some markets, it's actually 100% with some transaction fees. So and then when you start to add in the revenue share, that's where you can get to 100% plus. So it's pretty awesome how that works. If you're a top agent, if you're the top 1-2% of agents in your marketplace, we want to give you your cap back in the form of equity, and we want to attract you to eXp. And we want to give you stock, publicly traded stock in EXPI, for being an icon, as our way of thanking you for being at eXp, but then also thank you for giving back. So part of the equity award is tied to helping the next generation of agents get better in the business. And so it's an incredible program. Again, the details in each country is slightly different, but we have that program in every market. You automatically qualify for it based on your level of production. We're also big into social impact, diversity. We're obviously a global company. We all live on the same planet together. We want to take responsibility for that, and so we've got charitable initiatives. We've got our commitment to making sure that we're well represented around the world. Community engagement, environmental stewardess, ethical conduct makes sense. Who wouldn't support these values? But at eXp, we want to put these values on paper, or in this case, a presentation, so you know that we actually value these things. We're all part of the community. We all are there to help in sustaining not just the planet, but our businesses. And of course, real estate agents, it's an honorable profession. And if you treat it honorably and you're ethical, those are the types of agents we want to be with eXp. So if you're ready to elevate your career, definitely take the first step and join our network. There'll be some links somewhere, depending on who sent this to you, for the country that you're in. However, I want to encourage you to jump online, search for eXp Realty International. You can check out our eXp International, our eXp International offices, and you can actually find that. You can go to the web, and you can go to exp.world/international, and you can actually come into our global office. Now, it may not be staffed all hours of the day. It will be as we continue to expand around the world, but we are there throughout the week, supporting agents and businesses that are growing around the world. We also have the Discord server, and if you go in world, there'll be a link on the wall close to the welcome area that you can click on to actually go and join our local Discord server for international. And from there, we can support you in getting connected with the right people. So with that, let me just go ahead and sign off, say thank you so much again for taking time out of your life, out of your schedule to watch this presentation. I hope you got a lot of value out of it in learning about eXp. And I sincerely hope that I'll get a chance to meet you. I'm right now helping with the international team. So you'll find me in exp.world/international. You'll find me on the Discord server. Send me a DM, track me down in world. I'd love to meet you. I'd love to support you in your business. And with that, I want you to wish you an excellent day wherever you're at. And thanks again for watching. Okay, bye-bye.